To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. 8 p.m. Eastern, Detroit Pistons, 1-5 on the season, 0-2 on the road at Milwaukee Bucks, 3-3, 2-0 at home. Fiserv Forum, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Pistons, 21st in pace this year. Their pace is 100.19 possessions a game. Bucks are 4th, 104.67. Still slightly slower than they were running at last year. The Bucks are 14.5-point favorites. Not doing any favors. This total is 227.5. Pistons on the second half of a back-to-back. We talked about their game against the Celtics, earlier on the show. The Pistons lost 122-120 at home to the Celtics. Jeremy Grant, player you guys have both spoken about quite a bit, scored 22 points for the Pistons. It's his career best 5th straight game with at least 20 points. Blake Griffin settling for perimeter shots. If I had to watch this, if I was a fan of the basketball team that he played for, I would lose my shit. It all started when he would go to the Just for Laughs festival in Montreal every year, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Are you supposed to be in a gym or practicing or some shit? I mean, Josh Jackson went down with a right lower leg injury early in the third quarter when he was fouled on a transition layup. He made the shot, subsequent free throw, but he was taken out of the game and did not return. That's going to be a big loss.
Huge.
Because Blake Griffin skipping around the perimeter, firing Abdul-Jabbar hook threes is not going to do it for the Pistons. The Bucks bounced back from losing the second half of road back-to-back at Miami by defeating the Bulls 126-96 at home. They're scoring 124.5 points per game, hitting 48.7% from the field, and they're 3-3. They've been hot from 3-2. They're averaging 43.9% from beyond the arc on the season. Drew Holiday still playing below expectations, averaging 15.5 points, 5 assists. Giannis is averaging 6 points less a game than he did last season. Their defense has been poor as well. They allow 110.5 points per game. I was wondering what this number was going to be for the Bucks, because it just feels like Bucks smash, but 14.5. I tell you, that does not interest me. Wham, we'll start with you here. Pistons Bucks.
Yeah, this game is very interesting. Back-to-back for Detroit. They're in a bad spot going against a real rested Bucks. Like you're saying, it seems like they have been playing a little bit more serious, though. They kind of seem like they didn't care early on in the season, but, things start to switch around. I think Drew Holiday has been playing well on defense. We did mention him last time, but on the offensive end, he hasn't been pulling through. But Chris Middleton has been scorching, having a league assist at 6. In the league assist. I said that again. The team high in assists at 6 assists. I think his efficiency, man, like as far as his shooting, he shoots at a high clip all the time. And you get along with that with playmaking, also being in right sets, setting guys up right, and playing pretty good defense as well. He's not a slouch on defense. He plays really good defense. Him being that catalyst there on this team, being that forefront guy, it does seem like that's kind of reason why Giannis is taking a little bit eased off. Already signed. I don't have to go all crazy. I got my money now. Let me ease up off the brakes on these points here. I don't need the stat pad now. Let's get everybody involved. That's what it seems like. I honestly think the role players for the Bucks is what's been surprising. White Dante DiVincenzo, man, he's been playing really good this year, man. Like, for real, he's been playing really good. And this Detroit team, they've been overachieving. Like you said, Jeremy Grant, he had 12 points in the first quarter in this game tonight, going crazy. I think you mentioned as well that the coach said that these guys couldn't miss. That's kind of what these guys have been doing. They've been overachieving, I believe. I think this could be a Bucks smash spot. I just don't feel like I should jump on it right now. Just like you said, it could be a who cares about this game type of game. And I don't want to be caught in the minus 13.5, hoping that these guys hit their free throws, because, that might not be a good look.
Yeah, the problem with that number at 13.5, or it's at 14.5 right now, is that it doesn't come down to free throws. It's going to come down to whether or not, if the Bucks are up, 16 or 17 points, who's on the floor in the last 5 minutes, and are they trying. It's just not a fun gambling position to be in, not something that interests me. Let's hear what our man Dutch has to say. Pistons Bucks.
Okay, so with the Bucks, it's really been one of two things. It's a blowout either way. Either they're getting blown out or they're doing the blowout. You know what I mean? So the players that barely played in the fourth quarter, it seems like that's another reason why Giannis's numbers are down 6 points, because his minutes are probably down as well with that. But from a side perspective, I can only look one way, and that would be Milwaukee. Detroit played a tough game. They obviously came up a little bit short, but I would look for Milwaukee to come out hammer it, and I would probably look for Giannis and Middleton and Holiday to be sitting mid-third quarter. So I look more, because the line's, what'd you say, 14.5. We're probably looking at like an 8 first half. So I think I might like the Bucks first quarter, smash spot and kick back and chill after that.
See, I think the only time, depending on whether Josh Jackson's there or not, the only spot in the game when I would trust the Pistons, and I trust teams on back-to-back, is the first quarter, and it's the first.
Right. Well, I don't trust the Pistons, not a period. First quarter, tomorrow, anytime. So, but I get what you're saying. I knew, and that's when I was thinking. I know Jimmy's gonna be like back-to-back first quarter, but I don't fucking trust the Pistons. No way, no how. So, Bucks to me should be up 10-12 at the end of the first quarter.
Is that something you want me to look for when it comes out?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm trying to stay off these first quarters, but man, because they've been hitting though that I don't bet in. I'm like, damn. But yeah, if we can get under, I think under probably 3.5, I think we rock that.
Probably get like 3.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be under. I think it'll
3.5. Under 4 is what I'm hoping.
Under 4. I think I would open it at 4. If I put it at 3.5, if I was running a book, I would juice that shit to like minus 120.
Yeah,
that you should.
I really want 3.5. I ain't gonna lie. But okay. Yeah,
under 4.
But yeah, I'll rock with the 4 too.
Okay.
We can lock that in. I think the Bucks smash first quarter.
All right, I'm off the spot. Wham, are you doing anything?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna get off this. It looks like I'm like looking at all the plays that I made so far. I'm like, you know what? Let me slow up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because this is one of those that you got a slight edge, and it is based off a matchup. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like to bet mostly off a matchup. This is a good matchup for the Bucks to just come out and smash. They could get the threes off. They could go in here, do the Euro dunk, all they want, you know what I mean, in this spot. And Jeremy Grant, like I said, man, he's been playing great. Don't get me wrong. And he is a hooper. He go off the bounce now. It looked like he's going off the bounce, something that he wasn't doing in Denver. He was a spot-up shooter there. I like his game, but I'm just going to stay off of this one, bro.
Yeah, Pistons getting rolled tomorrow, man.
I'm staying off of it as well. Dutch looking at a first quarter. He's got 4 as the limit.